Oh, hell no.
I'm having feelings for the bucket.
Oh, what the
No.
fuck?
No. What's going on?
Oh, hell
Why do I
no.
want to be with the bucket. Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it
What
does.
the fuck?
What's wrong? I don't...
Alright, so what's up, Broskis? We're back, and we're back on a game called Stanley Parables.
He got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
This when we start playing? Okay. Alright. Okay, we can't press shit. I don't know how to grab shit. Okay. Right? And just leave at this point. If nobody showed up, why even come into... That's good. Work. I'm hoping that left click is the way to open
All of his
shit.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Just for that, I'm going to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, so they do let you make your own choices. All right. Okay, it's not like I gotta follow one linear way.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
That's fact. I'm not taking the door on my left. I'm taking it. Ooh, but that does look... This looks even more here. I'm gonna go here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, that was a good one. 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 Okay, this looked more interesting anyways. But I can't do shit.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting,
should I jump?
Stanley.
Did I jump?
Someone you've forgotten.
Did I jump?
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Okay.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
I'm gonna give him one chance. I'm gonna give him one chance. Give him one chance. I get screwed over by him.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Hey. Okay. Hey. Hey. What do you think of this? My favorite Ninja Turtle when I was younger was Raphael. It was. So
Oh, thank God you
I'm
are
gonna
willing
listen
to
to him
listen
this
to me.
one
Do you
time.
see that
I'm gonna go through this one.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What the fuck just happened?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
A few moments later.
Timber!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Was that not what I was supposed to do?
All of his co-workers were gone.
No, no.
Stanley decided to prove it. Let me prove
Leonardo.
that I'm on your side.
Leonardo.
Give me a chance.
Leonardo.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm going blue door.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
That's tough. That's tough. You really tried it.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked...
That's
All right,
tough.
fine. Go ahead, Stanley.
That's
You
tough.
want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do.
How was
I'm
I going to stay
completely
here
out
for
of
4
ideas.
hours?
I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. All of his co-workers.
I'm just going to listen to him.
What could
I'm
it
just going to
mean?
listen to him.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
I
room.
don't understand what's
Perhaps he
happening.
had simply missed a memo.
I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what's happening. Go to the left.
When
Fine.
Stanley came to a set
Fine.
of 2 open doors,
Fine.
he entered the door on his left.
Yep. Go ahead. Fine. Meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number.
Okay.
2845.
28.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Yeah.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Fuck! Okay. So here's my dilemma. If I don't do this, then I have to redo this entire thing. I'm doing escape. I'm escaping.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay, I don't know if he's lying. I think he might be lying.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on
I
track.
still feel like he's lying.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I think he's lying about my death, though. He was lying. Lying. He lied
As
to
the
me.
machine whirred into motion,
lied to me.
and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Did we not?
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
No.
by cutting
Chill out.
the eyeballs from
Chill
the
out. I
blind
can't do anything.
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
I can't jump. If I was able to jump. Ah, damn it.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? Office layout. I start here. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm just gonna follow what he says. That's it. I'm just gonna follow what he says. Cause I have done everything. Okay, other than that time right there, I listened to him and then I stopped listening to him. And it like she told me it was a whole different narrator saying
Stanley walked
like,
straight
I saw
ahead
the
through
fucking
the large door that read Mind
I don't know.
Control Facility.
I'm mind fucked right now. Mind control facility, just the regular game. This isn't any type of exterior game.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
What is this, Incredibles?
Stanley thought to himself.
Is this
Did
Incredibles?
he have the strength to find out?
Hey, I got no problem with this. I'm good. I'll listen to him.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature
447.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so
Here's the
many
447.
individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
47. Only 447 again. Fucking thing, and there's error right there. Hold on. That's the only one with an error code. I gotta see which one it is again. Hold on. 5, 8, I think. Hold on. 528. I'm gonna remember that. And 234. Oh, I don't even know anymore. I'm gonna be honest. 528.
This
or
mind
5
control
something,
facility,
5 something 8.
it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Employee number 1, though. That's what I want.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life
That's kind of scary right there.
utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
It's offline.
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Okay. Waiting input. In the game again.
And when at last he found...
Oh, was I supposed to do that? I didn't listen. I thought I was supposed to turn it off. Oh no, what? Did I just fuck up? Did I do it?
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Okay.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
That's all I had to
Freedom
fucking
was
do!
mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
I did it!
the immense possibility of the new path before him.
This
was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I feel content. That's it. The game, I beat it. Okay, so wait.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Okay, that's a new. That's something new. That's something new.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, fuck.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
And I go the other ways. I can't go the other ways. Yes, I'll go left.
Oh, no. No, it's
You
to the right. My
fucking
mistake.
piece of shit.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
It's gonna be this, watch. It's gonna be this. Because I'm able to click anywhere else. See? But I'm not able to click here.
We went down,
Go here, right?
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Car. Okay. Fucking piece of shit. Oh wait, I'm above.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet.
Above.
This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That door right there is open. All these doors are open. I'm not gonna listen to him again.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I don't know. Now, do I, like, get off a track? You know what I mean? Like, since there's a whole nother place I haven't... But, like, none of these doors are open.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Oh, no, not again, line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh my god, if I restart this game one more time. Okay.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Don't acknowledge it, so don't follow it.
A choice.
Here we
get
go.
to make a decision.
Holy shit.
From here, the story is in our control.
Yes.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Yes.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go,
well, I actually have to run
there
in
must be a reverse door that leads here. Oh, hold up, what's this?
The fuck is this?
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is?
In the modern room.
It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game
Let's restart.
eight times?
After a
That's
long
really
time,
how
Stanley
all
dies.
This goes?
Find a
It's all
bookstore.
Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
A lecture. It's like when he starts going on and about like right if left is right, you left is this and that, you this that. It's like fuck
Hello,
me, kill
and
me.
Thank you for
like,
playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley
want a
Parable
fucking
was a
Disney
video
ride.
game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
What the fuck is happening?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I literally
this
said it.
sounds
It's like a
delightful.
fucking Disney
I'm very
ride.
excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
A dingy fucking elevator.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm trying to see if you're getting dizzy from this. My bad. I am sorry. I just want to make sure I don't miss this.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the
I
content,
don't want to
Stanley.
be on it too. I had a good night's rest too.
All right. All right, let's see. It's
Jump circle.
the jump circle.
A few moments later.
Wait, was I not supposed to use that? Oh, fuck! Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stan, this is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Ah, Twitter.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I'm lost, man. I'm lost. Where the fuck am I? Where the fuck am I? Yo, narrator. I know I was kind of getting annoyed by him. Now I want him here.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
I'm with
I
you.
want to show you something.
My brother. I imagine the narrator's a bad guy. There is no fucking bad guy or nothing like that. There's literally nothing. Like, I don't understand what I can do. Like, it's like, how do I explain it? I don't know if my endings from the other ones pass over. You understand? So, like, as in, I saw the girl narrator.
Okay,
Are they
you
gonna
remember how
acknowledge
cheap and
that?
unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
Hey.
Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone.
Hey.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Shit, alright.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Over there.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the Memory Zone before.
Okay.
What's this? What's down here?
The fuck is this?
Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's being collecting down here.
Alright.
Surely these reviews were glowing
Alright.
as well.
I understand the game now. I understand the game now. It's supposed to be more than a game, than not a game.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
What? Sometimes I'm not even listening to him sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like so focused on like where to go
let's see
next.
what this one says.
This way 16.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to
Yo,
have to hold
I'm
on to.
so lost.
These
Like,
black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I get it.
What's this
I
one
get
got
it
to
though.
say?
I get it. It's like supposed to be more than a
You
game.
constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Hold on. I would like to check what is behind this wall.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
This shit just keeps going.
So my theory is that any choice... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's... Well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Okay, I won't.
I don't know how exactly to remove...
You're done. You're done.
Stanley!
I was waiting!
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
Yo, I'm gonna hit...
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls
You're done! You're done! You're done!
Stanley,
You're done.
You're back. You're
Oh,
back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly...
You're done!
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
A few moments later.
Flooding. I promise you. But that's not what I meant. That's really not what I meant. I promise you, that's not what I meant. You're done. How long has it been? Done? What the fuck? Start? I can't do shit. There's still no door. What the fuck? Oh. Oh. Done. Get me the fuck out of here. Skip. Skip. Bring me back to light. This. Did it still pop up or no? Hold on, I just gotta check if this shit still pops up. No? What the hell? Lost. I'm like not even like physically, like mentally, emotional. Like, where's the narrator? What the fuck happened? I was gone for like 10 minutes. I just keep walking in this direction? Get the fuck out of here. 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 Get out of here. No, no, no.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
You're
Yes,
back.
I have something very exciting
Oh,
to show
God.
you.
I got scared for a second. I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone. I actually missed him for a second. But he's there chattering. It's like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. But then when he's gone, it's like, yo, you got no one to talk to. It's like most games that we play on this channel, it's just me talking to you guys. But not physically. It was like I was actually talking. You gotta miss the entire thing? Oh, is he mad at me now? I think he might be mad at me. He's probably mad at me because I left
You
him for
see,
like
Stanley,
thousands
I've
of
been
years.
reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Okay.
So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is
Just the
what
two
fans
of
have
us, we
truly
can make
been
it if
asking
we
for.
try. Just the two. Yeah, you're a fucking asshole. So was this just a big ad for number 2?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation
I gotta lie, this
and
right here,
long-term
probably the best one, that
franchising
one.
potential.
I can't really open them. That's what
Now,
I've
to be
noticed.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Okay.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Feature. I wait here. I just keep going. Kind of looks like Comic-Con type shit. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Yup.
Here we are.
Oh,
Go on,
shit.
try out some of the new features.
Like I was saying, it's like
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the
No, I
hordes
want
of
the
ravenous
achievement.
fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you. and I promise it will happen.
It's just weird. It's weird because it's like a big giant ad for number 2. Oh, that's beautiful though.
Ah,
Oh, that's beautiful though.
collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll
Oh, no,
run
this is
around
beautiful.
gathering up these miniature Stanley
This is
figurines.
beautiful.
And what's
Oh my
truly
God, that looks
innovative
fucking-
is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on
That's
with your
fucking
unremarkable
terrifying.
life.
That was fucking beautiful.
God, it
that
really
10
is the
seconds
worst when you
was
collect
amazing.
Everything. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's
Well, I
right.
want to do that though.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
When does the
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Okay, and I guess we're
I
back
want
in
to
the
see
hole
if it's
now.
actually infinite.
Did you really need to see it again? I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole.
I
Press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about...
I fucking
Oh,
knew it.
Goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I
I
truly
knew
did
it.
not believe that
Fucking knew
anyone
it.
would actually stay in the hole long enough
I knew it.
to hit the bottom.
I fucking
yes,
knew
I
it.
know. I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever?
That's where I came from.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. Give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the
Doesn't do
slightest bit
shit.
more attractive as a person. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was...
Now I'm playing Stanley Parable 2.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay. All right.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I am so mentally drained by this game. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm not even tired. That's the thing. I don't know if it's just I don't. What did he say? It's like, yo, what the fuck am I playing? Like, I like a linear game.
The
with
elevator
maybe
raced
sometimes
downward,
option based,
plummeting
like,
towards an unknown
but
fate.
like, not one that's
It
a
would be
game
all
about a
Stanley
game about a
could do to
game
keep
about a
himself
game about a
together,
game
if
about a
not for
game
the
about a
bucket.
game about a game about a
Soothing
game
him,
about a game. Like,
comforting him,
I don't.
reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
And then they bring me to the
The bucket
fucking
is here for you,
tippity
Stanley.
top of it.
Everything will be fine.
Brought me to the tippity top of it.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yeah.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
I was up
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
The game better end here. Like this better be the end of Stanley Parable 2. It's gotta be the end, right?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Number 16.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
About the bucket.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Why are we talking about the fucking bucket?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
It's definitely a clever game.
He could
I'll give it
trust
that.
no one.
I'll give it that. It's definitely a clever game.
For the bucket. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends.
That's what I did before.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket. Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
Bro, just let me free.
Any lengths not to part with the bucket. No.
I got a light.
Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
Fuck the bucket!
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
The next time I get an ending achievement, I'm fucking done. I'm done.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. No buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true...
I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm!
I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
Oh my god,
So much of
it's
the
so
impact of the story is
draining.
dependent on
My
your
life force is
understanding of what
literally
is
being
and
drained
isn't
out of
a
me.
bucket.
Oh my god, I've never had a game do
Step in
this.
here for a moment.
Oh my god. It's physically draining me because I don't know what to do. Give me an ending.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios And you'll tell me
Get the
whether or
fuck
not the
outta
thing
here.
I'm showing
Get
you
the
is
fuck
a
outta
bucket.
here.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
I'm literally in shambles. Yes.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes. Yes.
Incorrect.
The fuck
It is
you-
a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay. If that's how you're gonna play it. No.
Item 2.
No.
Is this a bucket?
Or does he want me to say yes, or does he want... No.
Correct.
Exactly.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now it's gonna be yes.
Item 3.
Yes.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
I'm too good at it. I'm too good. I'm too good at is this a bucket?
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
I'm about to fucking...
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect.
What the fuck you
This is
mean?
Here we go.
Put me back to the beginning. I'm fucking done.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket
I wish I
either.
wasn't.
Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game.
Oh, give me the skip
So,
button.
tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Oh, fucking end me. Delete it.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Hey, now there's some depth to the character. We have...
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Now pick up the phone. This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Get me the fuck out of here. Get me out of here, please. Hi, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Probably decided to take me to work with you. Oh, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Hey.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Bro.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares
I was
about
supposed
is this
to bring
awful
home
bucket,
eggs,
this
coffee.
stupid hunk of metal. It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket.
I don't
this
give a fuck
sort of
about the bucket.
Shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say?
Bro,
Sturdy,
if this is
more
the bucket
capable of
ending,
transporting
I'll take it.
liquid.
I don't care.
Like it
Just
would be
let me
better
get
at
to the
moving an
ending. I
amount of
promise
water
the
from
end
one room to
of the
another.
game. This is the end, because I feel like the other one was just like a cheapskate end.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no.
Oh, hell no.
I'm having feelings for the bucket.
Oh, what the
No,
fuck?
No. What's going on?
Oh, hell
Why do I
no.
want to be with the bucket. Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it
What
does.
the fuck?
What's wrong? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
What the fuck?
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Close my eyes. I actually closed my eyes the first time, and then I knew I was a fucking idiot. Back to work. Done. I'm done. Ain't no fucking way.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
Next time it fucking
Now he felt
it
himself
resets
floating
or some
off the
shit, I'm
bar.
done.
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed.
Why am I getting
Without my
taller?
bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must
Shorter.
find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Pause.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
You reset again, I'm done. If I show up in that fucking office again, I'm done.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the fuck?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game.
Did I do
could
it?
all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Yes. Okay.
Perhaps he didn't even realize
Yes.
he'd forgotten his bucket at
Yes.
home in the first
Yes,
place.
the bucket. Yes.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought. And she hugged her own bucket even tighter.
Yup.
But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
What the fuck? Need the achievement for the bucket ending. That's got to be the name of it. Bucket ending. Done. Done. I'm done. I'm done. Fuck.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Done.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Done. No, I'm done. Done. Alright, if you look, I've been recording for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, and I'm not done. I don't even know if that was it. If that is the ending. I got to the sequel of Stanley Parable 2. Love the video, like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment down something. Just comment down anything. Just for all that work, I need a comment. I just need some type of interaction that isn't this narrator or the fucking bucket. That's all. I love you guys. I'll see you guys the next time I post. Peace, Broskis.